What we witnessed last night was not just a win. It wasn't just a rebound. It wasn't just a cleanup performance after an ugly 2-week slide. What the Dallas Cowboys showed in that 33-16 victory over the Las Vegas Raiders was something far more important: identity. Because for the first time this season, the Cowboys didn't just look like a team searching for answers. They looked like a team finally understanding what the answers are. And let's be very clear, this wasn't about the opponent. This wasn't about record versus record. This wasn't about facing a struggling Raiders team. This was about Dallas demanding a level of play that they've been failing to reach and then delivering it on command when the lights were the brightest. And the tone was set early. You could feel it on the first defensive series. For weeks, fans have been asking, when will the pressure come back? When will the front look like a real unit? When will Dallas finally play defense with purpose instead of panic? Last night, we saw the shift. You saw Quinnen Williams collapsing the interior like he had been in Dallas for years. You saw the linebackers triggering faster. You saw the coverage tighten. You saw communication that simply wasn't there earlier in the season. For the first time in a long time, the Cowboys weren't reacting defensively, they were dictating. This wasn't one player stepping up. It was a unit waking up. Quinnen Williams didn't just make plays, he allowed other people to make plays. DaRon Bland didn't just cover, he erased windows. And when you look at the numbers, 4 sacks, constant pressure, and a Raiders offense held to 3 for 12 on third downs, that isn't luck, that isn't matchup. That's a structure finally working. That is a defense with direction. And Cowboys fans have been starving for that. But let's shift to the offense, because what Dak Prescott and this group did is exactly what great teams do after a rough stretch. They responded with clarity. For 2 weeks, the offense looked out of rhythm, out of sync, out of identity. But last night, we saw the version of Dallas that can go toe-to-toe with anyone in the NFC. Balanced, efficient, dangerous on every level. Dak was sharp, decision-making clean, footwork sound. The connection with George Pickens looked exactly like what Cowboys fans expected when this trade was made. CeeDee Lamb drew attention, Pickens punished single coverage, and Dak dissected the field like a quarterback in complete command of his system. But here's what impressed me the most: the game management, the patience. Dallas didn't panic. They didn't abandon the game plan. They didn't try to win the game in one possession. They tried to win the entire structure of the game. And that's what elite offenses do. That's what playoff caliber teams do. And when you combine that with what the Cowboys did defensively, you get what we saw last night, the most complete performance of the season. Now, here's the real question. Was this a turning point or just a relief point? And that's what every fan wants to know. Because yes, the Cowboys won. Yes, they dominated. Yes, the new additions made a difference. But look at what's coming next. Look at the schedule. Look at the reality of the NFC. This isn't the time for celebration. This is the time for momentum. This is the moment where Dallas either becomes the team they keep telling us they are, or the team we fear they might be. But after last night, after that level of execution, after that level of defensive improvement, after that level of composure on offense, this feels different. This feels like the kind of performance that resets a season, not just fills a win column. This feels like a team that finally got tired of hearing the outside noise and decided to punch back. This feels like a locker room that's found a spark and now has the talent to turn that spark into a real run. Quinnen Williams changed the defense. Logan Wilson brought intelligence and stability. DaRon Bland returned to form. The pass rush came alive, and the offense finally looked like itself again. If this is the Cowboys team that shows up from here on out, then everything is back on the table. The playoff race, the seeding battle, and yes, even the legitimate hope that this team can compete deep in January. Cowboys fans, this is where the season actually begins. Last night wasn't the finish line, it was the launch pad. Now, I want to hear from you. Was this the turning point for the Cowboys? Did the defense finally fix its biggest issues? And do you believe this version of the team can carry us into the playoff picture? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button so the video reaches more Cowboys fans, and subscribe to Dallas Game Day so that you don't miss a single update through this roller coaster of a season. This is just beginning, and Dallas finally looks ready to make it real.